Alright. Onsides MARU in the bottom left side, MAXPAX in the top right. It's the RSL upper bracket finals, a best of 7 match, and I cannot wait to see how it goes because MAXPAX could never beat MARU until 2023. They faced in the Pigfest finals. I think it was Pigfest 3 or 4, and he took down MARU in an epic 4-3 victory. Since then, they played a bunch more times. MAXPAX won every single time over the next 6 months or a year. And then MARU just quit playing online tournaments, and they just didn't match for years on end. Recently in RSL and a few other tournaments, they've started matching again, and MARU has taken out MAXPAX a few times in a row in these bigger weekly tournaments. Guys, that's 2 SCVs. What? No way! Guys, when they played Pigfest, MARU proxy 2 Raxtem over and over and over again. The reason this is generally a weak strategy against MAXPAX is he probe scouts every game. He's an incredibly safe player. And he got much better as the series went on. He just kept on shutting it down. We'll see, though. Even upon scouting the proxy, he might think this is Marauders because there's a pretty normal gas timing. Ooh, the gas is a bit late. Could it be 2-Rax Marauder with this gas timing, guys? I feel like it's too late for that. I feel like this is obviously 2-Rax proxy. The fact that it's not mining. Does MAXPAX know his timings, though? And does he know about the backdoor potential? He's going for a Nexus. Don't you... I mean, you got to be stupid to build a Nexus. Yeah, okay, there we go. He's going to go Cybercore. Zealot starts up. We should see a pylon. He's not building a pylon, guys. Guys, he's not building a pylon. He's not chronoing the Zealot, nor building a pylon. MAXPAX, wake up. Wake up, MAXPAX. He's putting a Nexus down. What in the world? Okay, because he thinks it's proxy Marauders. He does. He doesn't know the gas timing, guys. He doesn't know the gas timing. Proxy 2-Rax, you need the gas a little bit earlier than that, I'm pretty sure, for a Marauder build. I could be wrong. You guys let me know. I'll double check at the end of the game. But I'm pretty sure the gas goes down barracks gas into second barracks for the Marauder build. Instead, now he finds the in-base and it's Marines. And they're going to use a bunker already finished, so you can't pull probes, and then he can build another bunker further forward. He can like crawl, and he can always hop back in the bunker as a safety net. This is so dangerous. MAXPAX trying to build stalkers and batteries, but there's another bunker going up on the high ground. He's going to try and kill as many of these probes as he can. He's got the bunker for safety, so you know you're not going to surround these. MARU, not the best micro for MARU. I got to be critical there. He missed at least 2 or 3 shots, guys. That was not the cleanest starter step. Obviously, both players playing with a little bit of lag. It's going to be hard to pull off. Oh, great probe move. He can surround him. He can maybe surround him. The stalker does take out the SCV on the high ground. He's not quite able to wrap around there. And so many probes have already gone down. 5 have gone down. Shield battery's almost here, just not quite. Stalker doing some really good damage. The battery comes in, and dude, is this Stalker going to hold this? Oh my god, is this Stalker going to hold this? Okay, the shield battery's worth so much. There's no energy recharge just yet, but as the Nexus comes up, there will be. He cancels this extra pylon. The Stalkers have defended. Dude, only 5 probes go down. He's got a Nexus up. Oh my god, MAXPAX gets away with absolutely heinous greed. Good probe micro, and I think MARU missed maybe at least 1 or 2 more probe kills. He does have a command center starting, but it's just starting, and he lets the probe in. It scouts everything. Amazing. Amazing, amazing play. Oh my lord. Guys, if you guys are watching live, if someone can find me a VOD of a proxy Marauder, double proxy Marauder, just to check if there's any version where they've changed the gas timing on like an optimized delayed gas timing, because this absolutely to me looked like a proxy barracks Marine. I'm not sure I would have made the read if I was in MAXPAX shoes, but obviously I get MAPAX as a caster. Chronoing, struggling for the probe production, does get the Twilight Council started. Stalker's just running in and out here. Once the bunker's on fire, ooh, you can salvage it while it's burning? I thought you couldn't salvage it while it's burning, guys. Did they change that? Is it only if it takes attack damage that you can't salvage? I thought it was if it was burning as well, it couldn't salvage. Huh. Must be only that. Well, the Marines go down. It's a good hold. This is denying a little bit of mining time. Doesn't really matter since he's not got that many probes just yet. That barracks will go down. Cyclone is building, and a 3rd command center. MARU will be playing probably mech this game, I would guess. Seen a bit of mech creeping in, especially on this map. But he's going to be playing it from behind, and I think as long as MAXPAX makes like a sentry or something and just scouts at some point, he should just basically drop another Nexus, chrono probes, take a big economic lead, and then swarm him in the mid-game. Oh, guys, look, the Tastelope looking very nervous. It does run away from those Stalkers. Pretty wise. I do like how it kept running away in the exact direction the Stalkers were running, though. It reminds me of this one time I was jogging down this alleyway, and this pigeon was in front of me on the ground. And it was like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? So it quickly, you know when that you scare them and it gets up, it flies, and then it lands like 10 meters further directly in the path I was running. It repeated this same thing 6 times in a row, and I swear it looked affronted. Every time I came up on it, and it would go, whoa, and it would flutter and fly. I'd be like, why are you running at me, bro? And I was like, you keep landing in my path. But, you know, what can I say? Tastelopes, random pigeons, not the smartest creatures. Really good micro for MAXPAX. Dude, this micro on the Stalkers, I would have just ran away from the Cyclone. He gets himself a bunch of mining time in SCV, almost gets more. Oh, dude, does he not have a Robo? What is it? Wait, where's the Robo? Oh, there it is. Never mind. He's got a Robo. He'll be fine against the Banshee as long as he gets an Observer out. He's got a shield battery coming in. That's going to be perfect. That's going to be perfect, dude. That is so huge, that shield battery. It finishes in 10 seconds. Banshee's going to come in with Cloak. Shield battery's going to finish, and that's going to give him time to get an Observer out. Oh, that's unfortunate for Maru. Gets like, what, 1 probe? Yeah, only 1. And the Observer will be out. He's gonna keep focusing them. If you focus the same probe, you can kill it in 10 shots, even with battery healing. But there was also already 1 in the main. He could go for that red hit point 1. Would only take 2 shots to kill it. It's only got 4 hit points. So he goes for this one. There you go. Yeah, gets 2 more probes. Maru does know. Stalker's gonna blink across the back door, but there's a Cyclone there. I would not blink across there. You can save him. Prism can pick him up. Do a bit of a juggle. Prism is very good insurance. Oh, but he loses a Stalker there. Almost lost a second one. Banshee goes down in the main. This is rough for Maru. Maru can't establish mining on his natural. He is going extra barracks, so he's going to play bio. But MAXPAX in a really solid spot. To be fair, MAXPAX third is pretty late. He's played exceptionally safe in the follow-up. I think expecting maybe a follow-up all-in from Maru. I would criticize personally the lack of a sentry in the follow-up. I would have loved a sentry to scout the third CC, the Banshee, and just shut everything down. But I think MAXPAX is a guy who's so standardized in his play, and he likes to play standard and not react to things wherever possible, and then just have a slightly faster blink. Have a slightly faster blink pressure, because look at the value he can get out of it. Generally one of the best players at both having a balance, I would say, of blink control. A lot of players go too hard on the blink aggression, or they go too passive. And he kind of, I think, is one of the better ones at going on this very narrow line where he can get in your face when he's got an advantage, and oh my gosh. Oh my lord, he's gonna catch him! Should get one. Yeah, the Observer's there, the Banshee's turn for a second. They do get a Stalker. Maru, even in the midst of an ambush, still manages to headshot one of his opponent's units. And he dodges back south. Well played. Good job, good job. Can outrun that Observer. Fourth Nexus is going to go down for Max. Does he know that this is bio? Yeah, he does. I mean, his Observer sees it. He's going heavy Zealot Stalker. He has a Robo Bay now. I'd love to see a 4th gas. There we go. I think you've got so much room to breathe. You don't need to play like a 3 gas close to the bone style. 1 Stalker went down there. I think there was no Terran units down there, so I'm pretty sure he killed his own Stalker. MAXPAX, Clem, and Trigger, all famous. The kind of spamming high APM kids for clicking on their own units accidentally quite often. Ooh. Wants the Zealot to take the tank shot, but he wants Maru to move down here. I think he's just, the thing is, Maru's on 1.5 bases. There's only 5 mineral patches there. MAXPAX is like, dude, I could lose 3 or 4 units here. Every minute I delay this is so massive. He's got 3 Stalkers going to go across the back door. There's a bunker and a tank there. You do not want to do that, man. Okay, so this is a game where Maru only wins this. Like, he's dead if he's any Terran player right now, guys. Protoss has 4 base, splash damage coming in. He's adding upgrades. There's no advantages for Maru in this game. Except, there is one. Sorry, I should mention that, guys. You'll notice after onside in his name, if we sound this one out, I know some of you guys aren't good at reading, so let me just... MARU. Ah, that's the advantage. His name is MARU. He's on a good turtle map, and he has the best late game of all time. Yeah. Never count MARU out of a StarCraft game. I have learned this lesson the hard way many times. Any other Terran feels very stuck in their base, like they've just got one big all-in they could do from here. Maru's best play, and he might just go for the big shove. That's absolutely something he does. But with double eBay, he drops an armory. Well, he's not made an armory, which means he can't make 2-2. I feel like he's got to go armory. He's got to tech up and get 2-2. Go for maybe ghosts, eventually libs. He could be good. Banshee's going to pick a few probes off. Nice micro. Micro, micro, micro. Micro, micro, micro. Here comes the big push. Maru's going for it. No armory, no fourth command center, and he's pulling the boys as well. There's only 2 Colossus. I think this is probably one of his better win conditions here for Maru. Unlikely to work against a Protoss this far ahead in supply, but 20 of that supply is workers, actually. So maybe there's only 1 sentry with Guardian Shield. Raven gonna do an anti-armor missile. Could land big. Ooh, does take a very big anti-armor missile, but he's far from his base. MAXPAX can kind of delay the fight until that wears off, but there is enough energy for another one. Maru's convinced he's winning right now, says Chat. I wouldn't be surprised. We've interviewed him many times in the past where he claims to be winning games where most people think they're losing. He's very good at finding the win when no one else can. Another anti-armor missile goes down. The bio take a few big Colossus shots, but dude, the SCVs can tank a bit. Marines pull to the right side. If he gets his tanks to get 1 or 2 volleys on those Colossus, this could be game-changing. Marauders do clean up the Zealot run by. The bio's moving in. MAXPAX has a few Stalkers and a Colossus on that right side. If he can get some Zealots warped in over there, he can actually hold this off. Because look, the bio can't push into the right. They've just stimmed again. That's not going to heal with just 3 medevacs. You can't heal all of these units in time. Not before the next fight happens. I love the bunkers on the front. The Marauders go to that right side. He wants to get rid of the Robo. He doesn't want to let more Colossus come out. And he will be able to get rid of that Robo, but MAXPAX refusing to take a bad fight. I think this is really good play for MAXPAX. That being said, he does need to cut off the reinforce, and he does just that with a Zealot warp in behind the army. The Marauders getting shaved off by the Colossus. Look at this, and he's got the perfect flank. He can literally warp in behind you and flank directly onto your tanks. And now Maru sees the Protoss jaws closing around him. MAXPAX is going to dive on top. Maru has to tap out after a rough early game in game 1. All right, guys. Onside's Maru in the top left side of the map. We've got MAXPAX in the bottom right side. It's Terran in the top left, Protoss in the bottom right, and Maru is like, I ain't playing straight up against you, not even once. We're gonna do, is this an eBay block? It's such a weird path he's taken with this. Oh, it's some proxy Marauder, right? So he's gonna do Marines from here, and he's gonna walk 3 Marines across to join up with the Marauders that he's gonna build over here. Yeah, you guys know this one. This is a skip the orbital build. So with this all in, guys, it looks exactly like a 1-Rax expand because you're still going to build a command center. The command center will be about 4 or 5 seconds late, but most Protoss aren't paying that much attention. And the thing is, basically, a barracks costs 150 minerals, an orbital costs 150 minerals. So if you skip the orbital, cut SCVs, your opponent sees a barracks, sees a gas, sees a command center, they think normal build, but you've actually hidden your investment, and it's going into sneaky Marauders, which will join up with the Marines. It's one of the scarier all-ins, but it really does rely on surprise. If MAXPAX somehow gets wind of what's going on, he can absolutely shut it down, because it's not an all-in that's optimizing. You've got 2 types of all-ins, guys. You've got the type that is optimizing efficiency and hitting the sharpest possible timing, and then you've got all-ins that are all about surprise and catching your opponent with their pants down. MAXPAX normally, in this case, sees a 1-Rax expand. There's no reason to build a shield battery. You might go an Adept or 2 to get your Twilight faster as well, which would be preferable, of course, for Maru. Doesn't want to be facing Stalkers as much. Stalkers are a bit more of a generally well-rounded unit that can, especially with probes in front of them, beat Marauders. Definitely can beat Marines. Oh, he's gone Reactor. What the fudge? Who goes Reactor with this? Huh? Is he going to wait for like 4 Marauders and 6 Marines? I've never seen someone go Reactor with this build. Is this, have you guys seen this? Is this good? I would normally say that's scuffed because the Marines aren't going to be there in time. However, if you're waiting for 3 Marauders anyway, this might end up with the same Marine count as if you're building them one at a time, and it'll have a better follow through. This might actually just be better. I think a lot of people used to go with 2 Marauders. Oh, dude, it's 3 gate. MAXPAX build hard counters this. MAXPAX build literally hard counters Maru's build. Oh no! MAXPAX has no idea what he's doing. He just happened to pick a build that I think hard counters it. I mean, we'll have to see. Maybe the Marauders get in like deep arrows gateways or something. Warp gate's not ready. He's only got 2 Adepts. Doesn't have a Stalker. The gateways won't be up in time. Okay, maybe this doesn't hard counter. Oh, good. Dude, this game's so weird. 5 Marines coming across the map. The Adept needs to intercept these Marines. The Adepts have not caught the Marines at all. He needs to go fight the Marines, not the Marauders. Go fight the Marines. But he's not in position. Okay, this Adept's going to do really well. Good micro. Maru microing his individual Marines. They're going to die, but at least they'll get a lot of damage. Adept comes in, kills the SCV. Nicely done. And he pulls back to the main base. He's got 3 gateways. Warp gate's almost ready. I think you can make enough units to do okay here. The Adept does take out 2 Marines. He's going to lose it unless... Okay, Maru does A-move. Very nicely done. That Adept's going to go down as well. The Marauder's up front. Just going to A-move, fight the probes. That's okay. He's happy to lose a Marauder if he has to, but he does, of course, wiggle that weak Marauder back a little bit. Artosa's Pylon with 2 gateways on it. The gateway on the natural already went down. He's got another gateway powered on the other side of the map. He's got to focus the ready point Marauder. MAXPAX missed some focus fire there, but now look at this. He gets the Marauder's focus, and this is what I was saying about it hard countering it. The 3-gate production comes up so much earlier. This is a build Protoss only do like 1 in every 9 games. But he happened to do it, and Maru absolutely cannot believe his luck right now. He's like, seriously, what are the chances? The game that I did this, you do the build that is so good against it. I mean, you've got to be, it really is. This is one of those positions where you are so annoyed there are, especially if you play a gambly style. Maru here going for some big proxies. You will sometimes encounter bad luck, and this is just such bad luck for him. You could also say intelligence for MAXPAX. Your opponent's tried to cheese the heck out of you in game 1. Let's take the fight back to him, because doing an aggressive 3-gate, it not only can kill someone who's being greedy, it also can defend all in and very aggressive attacks. It's a very clever build choice for MAXPAX. So we should give credit. Is it bad luck? Yeah, and it's always impossible to differentiate. How much is luck? How much is MAXPAX figuring out or predicting what Maru's range is, and then picking his build accordingly? That Marauder's not going to get to the bunker. Ain't no way. There's so little firepower. There's only 1 Marine in the bunker, and you can just see he's not able to do anything. The SCV's getting hammered. They're going to try and pull to the high ground. Accidentally clicked the deeper with the first volley, but there's just no damage. The SCVs say, taste my drill. Drilly boys, assemble. And of course, you can blow the conch all you want, guys. Those drilly boys, they ain't going to be taking down that many Stalkers, not with 3-gate reinforcing them at a time. They're going to try. They go for this around. The Marines pop out. He's going to get a few Stalkers. He's already lost so many SCVs. The Marauders are actually doing really good damage on the other side. 3 Stalkers will warp in, though, and he's going to have to quickly, promptly turn away and run out of there. This is almost every SCV, guys. They kill a few Stalkers, but he loses all of his SCVs, and that's what we in the industry refer to as the Gee moment. Where you either get good or you get out, and in this case Maru's going to have to get out of this game because he just doesn't have any economy. MAXPAX picking a 3-gate build, great build choice, shuts down Maru, who's opened up this series with a lot of cheese, and he is down 2-0 as a result. Maru's going to have to take a step back and calm down. All right, guys, going on to Taito Citadel, a big map. Maru in the top left side is going to have to chill out a little bit. MAXPAX in the bottom right. He's just had very good openings, 2 games in a row. Maru has looked for the momentum, looked to put his opponent on tilt, looked to take advantage of his very defensive and relatively predictable nature. But game 1, scouted, and I still wonder, because, like, yeah, absolutely the gas timing tells you it's a 2-Rax proxy with how delayed it is. And I think MAXPAX realized it was 2-Rax, and that's why he still went for the Nexus, because he knew a 2-Rax Marine is not that scary. It's not 3 or 4 Rax Marine pool. It's not Proxy Marauder. I think that's why he was so greedy in game 1. I think that may have just been a fantastic read. I'm going to give MAXPAX credit on that. Grimmy, thank you very much for the raid. We have 100 fans of degenerate cannon rushers who enjoy rolling the dice and optimizing their building placement in the chat. Grimmy's always a fun player. Was it a drunk Grimmy stream or a sober Grimmy stream? You guys let me know. Double gas opening. Maru wants to get that tech up early. Okay, pretty typical opening here for Max. You can see he went for the Cybercore after the Nexus. Ooh. He used to always go Cybercore first. Big map like this, double gas build, going for the Nexus first is, I think, much better. And the reason is, gets you earlier chronos, earlier mining, earlier second gas, earlier tech, especially if you want to play Stargate against this, which I don't think MAXPAX will. I think MAXPAX, if he plays Stargate, it's Phoenix, and I don't think he plays Phoenix against a double gas build like this. I think he, yeah, especially with Stalker first, just going to go super generic. Gets a battery on the natural, Twilight Council in the back of the main after building a second Stalker, or just after one. Sentry, Stalker Sentry, okay. Good to see him mixing in the Sentry. For so long, he refused to use energy recharge. I was so happy when he started mixing this in. Especially on a big map like this against a double gas build. Good reaction. Pig keeps pushing the narrative that I'm an alcoholic. What can I say? I'm into the fake news. I know you're British, so I'm like, oh, the British people just stab each other, and they all have knife crime, stabby, and they drink alcohol and try to ruin the streets of Krakow in Poland while having Bucks nights there. It's fun time. No, much love, Grimmy. I just remember there was a while, like a year or two ago, where you had a few very fun drunk late night streams, which were quite ridiculous. Phoenix going around. We've got Widow Mines, Medivacs, Marines. Second gate, third gate coming. Oh, is he 3-gating? That's pretty early off Blink. That's a fast third gate. So 3-gate Blink delays the Robo. Do you think? I think he might take a third pre-Robo, right? As long as you got hallucinations to check there's no Banshees, you really don't need it. It's a more defensive opening. You could still hallucinate to Blink in the main, but obviously without an Observer or Prism, you don't have extended high ground vision. Is there a game that makes you rage more than StarCraft, Pig? StarCraft 2 is pretty rage-inducing. But any game where I don't understand what's happening is pretty rage-inducing. So strategy games, I enjoy a little bit of rage in all my strategy games. It's part of my learning process. Widowmine drops coming in towards the main. As long as you fuel it into the engine of self-improvement and don't just blame things outside of your control, it's usually not a bad thing. Ooh, this is good micro for Maru. Look at this. You can only give him one target or he's going to waste all your time, bro. Finally, that Widowmine does fire. Reaper goes down. MAXPAX is handling well, but Maru's being very annoying, and he minimizes damage on the medevac. Finally, workers get back to mining. Still no third Nexus, though. Interesting. And he doesn't leave any Stalkers at home? Okay, he does. He pivots back. It's a good choice. Blink is not quite ready, so it's a good choice to stay on the edge. If he has Blink, he can wait, let the medevac come in, and then Blink on it, but as it is, Maru's forced him to be very defensive, and you can see that medevac. Oh, Blink's almost ready. You gotta be careful. Get out of here, mate. These Stalkers could go hunting. I think this is a wise choice to go home. Doesn't want to get caught. Now pivot around. And can he deny the Phoenix from seeing the Banshees? Cloak is finished. First Banshee goes in. He spotted it. He spotted it, but he doesn't have a Robo. No shield battery in the main. No Robo. Ooh, okay. Maru finding good value in here. He could focus the battery down after the this probe. Get the probe, get the battery. Observer's building, but it ain't ready for a while. He's going to just float behind. Save this Banshee for another day. Extra barracks are building. No Marine tank push out just yet. He could maybe move out and try to set up a tank to ambush the Stalkers, but then he'd leave his main wide open. Would be a bit of a dangerous play. I think Maru feels like he's in a good enough position. Probably doesn't need to. Oh, now he's got two. The Stalkers, they don't see him. He doesn't see the Banshees. They come in on the natural now. He's going to grab at least 3 or 4 and get out. Oh, beautiful mining time. 4 probes and escapes. And look at that. And he says, oh, by the way, might as well go leave a Widow Mine there as well. Just because why not? Going to go boost in your main. Dude, the chaos. Maru running circles around MAXPAX with harassment in this game. Really well played. I'd love to see a bit more. The medevac will get caught if he doesn't watch out, so he runs away. Stalkers at the front are there, but with tank covering the natural. And guys, he's only got 1 tank. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. He's going to fly the Banshees through. Maru, watch out. Maru, no. Not like this, bro. So dangerous. Oh my god, he's F2 to the front. The Banshees. Oh, he does quickly cloak one. He doesn't have the energy to cloak the other, though. That one even comes out. Only gets 1 Stalker for... I mean, I guess if he had enough energy to cloak both, he could have maybe caught 3 or 4 Stalkers. Would have been a really cute Sanger. But a little bit unnecessary. Does get the Observer here. What's great about only going 1 tank, guys, is it means faster stim, faster shields, faster medevacs. It's not even 7 minutes. He's gone Cloak Banshees. He's already done Widowmine drop Cloak Banshee harassment. And he's already got medevac stim, bio. He does lack concussive, but he starts it now. And this is such a powerful position. Because yes, there's 14 Stalkers. But can they really stall out the advance of this Terran push? Stim is going to give such map control. You can tell MAXPAX is nervous. He's wondering, where is the Terran coming from? Finally spots him. Medevac exposed. Maru, sloppy micro, almost loses a medevac there. But doesn't actually lose any units. And the SCV pull is coming. 20 Marines, 6 Marauders, 1 tank, 1 Banshee. Maru taking the fight to MAXPAX. MAXPAX has struggled with the harassment. If Storm finishes, he's fine. He has 30 seconds till Storm finishes. He needs to give up his third, pull back, and buy time. There are 2 High Templar. Storm may be able to hold this. 1 or 2 good Storms could be amazing. But if Maru senses that it's Storm, he could be good. Look at this, scanning ahead of the army, making sure there's no observers, seeing where the enemy is. Beautiful movement here for Maru. But Storm just about 10 seconds away when you account for Chrono Boost. You can see that number counting down really, really quickly there. He needs to land some Storms. The pre-spread could be good. Okay, no Storms available. MARU not pre-spreading. He eats the Storm like a madman. Very limited pre-spread. A bit of a crazy choice here for MARU. Not his best micro. MARU, gotta be careful. I mean, it's good he's forcing the fight. There are SCVs in the natural on their own getting slaughtered by the Stalkers. I do think MARU could have spread out a little bit more before that, but he's still got a good position. And if these bunkers get up, MAXPAX is screwed. I think MAXPAX may have to go just before this bunker finishes. I think now's the time. I think MAXPAX can take it out. He's got the numbers right now. There's not that many Marauders. There is a good pack of Marines in the back now. Bunker gets up. Stalker's going to blink down there. Immortal Storm's trying to come forward. But MAXPAX not quite brave enough to engage. If he doesn't clear it now, will he ever be able to? A unit comes in from the left and does die. No pylon to warp in on that left side. Marauders are fighting the Stalkers. Still Marauders with Medivacs pretty down good against those Stalkers. And the Stalkers, a bunch of them are going to get caught. That is a disaster for Maximus. Zealot High Templar tries to come forward, but look at this. He does storm the two Widow Mines back down. These two bunkers with a tank behind, such a nasty position. The Stalkers have been isolated. The Marauders will rejoin. There's 5-6 Medivacs. SCVs are rebuilding as well. He's got +1 weapons. He's rebuilding economy. MARU doesn't have a third CC, but he says, you know what? As long as we kill this third, I am now ahead in this game. 35 work is probably enough to transition. Storm could make epic comebacks happen, but it doesn't help against bunkers. The Immortal going for the siege tank, goes forwards. Big Storm. But he doesn't quite finish the tank. The Storm's not able to cover it in time. That tank has put out an ungodly amount of damage onto these attempts, and that bunker is still building, and he's building more and more of them. This bunker not able to get down in time. MARU fumbling his micro just slightly. A Storm does land on the tank. The Stalkers finally with the Storm will take out the tank, but not before he's taken a lot of damage. MARU still has not killed the third. His SCV count's still only at 36. He's lost a few more on the front. He's got to kind of find a way to deal with this. The Marauders in the bunker will go down. The third Nexus is going to fall. Dude, MAXPAX might be able to bring this game back. I kid you not. There is a world. If he catches a bunch of these Medivacs now, this could be big, but good micro. Oh, and so much bio. So much bio. Tries to rebuild the third. The Medivacs, oh, they eat big Storm damage. But the Archon Stalker's there. The Nexus gets cancelled. I don't think MAXPAX has the numbers. Not with this much Medivac healing. You can see 7 Medivacs on the map. And even though they're damaged, they're not dead. And Storm can only kind of whittle away the hit points little by little. You don't have enough other units to capitalize on those moments by jumping on the Terran. Then he can just move out of it, heal, and live to fight another day. No Storms left. One Archon goes down. The High Templar finally get a new Storm. And that's a big one. Another Medivac goes down. A bunch of bio heavily damaged there. But MAXPAX has to rebuild the third on the right side. Back to 45 workers is MARU, and he's got 400 minerals, which means he can build a third. He could lift his main out in the near future if he wants to, though his gas is a bit light, so probably not yet. If he gets his third Nexus snipe again, MAXPAX, I think, is pretty much dead, because Ghosts are on the way now as well. Still 4 Medivacs here. He's got to watch out for the Storm. Just going to grab a few Zealots and pull back. Loses, I think, 1 Marauder, but oof. He will. The Widowmine doesn't fire. Doesn't. Oh, it finally shoots there. The Observer dies to the Widowmine splash. Or maybe it was just the Psystorm, actually, that killed it. Maybe it was a combo of both. A lot of gas units here for the Protoss. Very weak to future Ghosts. Maru's going to keep trying to trade. The Bio takes some pretty big damage, but he just knows there's not much meat here. If he gets rid of the Zealots and Archons, gets on top of the High Templar, this will be a collapsing position for the Protoss. One more High Templar comes forward, no Storm ready. He has to just morph Archons in the middle of the fight. And even though the Bio army does fall, he gets all the High Templar, gets rid of all the energy regen. The EMP actually gets dodged, funnily enough. And the Archons with the Prism going to try and hang on. The Storm goes down, but all it does is buy you a few seconds. Once you're in this position, Storm ain't going to save you. You just don't have enough other army with it. Maru's third can float out in a moment. Zealot's going to go for a counter as a good call. Anything to pull the attention away from here. You got to punish him for just focusing everything on the front. And when he's distracted, that's when Storm could do some good damage. Archon accidentally attacked his own Warp Prism there, I think, for a second. No, it didn't. It's only taken 5 damage. It looked like it tried to. Might have just been a graphical glitch. Probe's not all mining here. You can see just too much pressure for MAXPAX. These games have been intense. I'm going to have to take a breath every now and then and not commentate every bit of play-by-play because there's just too much going on. But I think MARU has done the right thing. Very patient with this push. A lot of players would have shoved in and thrown their army away. But I love the way he just held that position and kind of bled MAXPAX dry. Almost 4,000 advantage on the units lost. That's huge. 2 Storms on top of each other. Oh, dude, it's got to be a misclick. It's only a handful of Marauders and Ghosts. That's all it is, man. Without Blink Stalkers to get on top, Stalkers are too expensive. He needs High Templar. Oh, the Archon Gets a few big hits off on the Medivacs. Gets one of them. Zealots come in, but the Marine Marauder Ghost at home. Now going to take out at least 3, if not 4 of the Zealots. Oh, the way he split fires. He changed targets between the two to tag both of them with the concussive shells. Great micro from MAXPAX. Warp Prism is going to take a lot of damage. It does survive, but only with 20 hit points. That's nasty. MAXPAX doesn't go down easy. Starts a Forge, starts a 4th Nexus. He still believes in the power of the Psystorm. Dude, look at this. Maru sends a single Viking because he knows there's a damaged Prism out there. But the Zealot sees him, so he's got to run away now. You really don't want to rebuild Stalkers as Protoss. They're just too bad at fighting. But you kind of want them to deal with the Medivacs and stuff. Just can't afford it. It's a luxury he can't afford. Makes 2 Stalkers now. Even that's expensive. Few Zealot's going to run in, gets himself 1 or 2 SCVs. Prism will hit the main. MAXPAX out of position. Loses the battery. Probably going to lose this 4th. I don't think he should attack into this. This is a disastrous area to fight. EMPs and Widow Mines will ruin those Archons. Good storm to zone. Prism drop goes into the main base and says, oh, there is no main base. Whoops. Still a few probes down there. Bit slow to abandon that base, I think. Zealot's going to drop 1 in the 3rd. Does he warp in there as well? Yes, he does. Zealots in the main just trying to distract right now. And these Zealots at the 3rd. Doing some good damage. Saves a few of them. Can go maybe ferry into the main. He's got to be careful. There's plenty of bio at home. He's distracted Maru, which was his job, but he hasn't been able to retake that 4th. And this just feels like a position where Maru slowly lifted his main down, taking a few more gases. Yeah, he's only on 1-1 upgrades, but having 3 base production, well, like 5 barracks, 1 factory, 1 stubble, but 3 base economy against a Protoss whose main is half mine out, natural is half mine out, only has 2 full mineral lines because it's half and then 1. Denying that 4th in this sort of game is absolutely game ending. Snaps the Prism as well. You just need mineral lines. Remember, 8.5 minutes your main half mine's out, 11.5 the natural half mine's out. This base will last forever because it obviously was such a late base. But Maru's got that lift down. He's got that 3rd. Is this very early for Ghosts? I mean, compared to where MAXPAX is at, yes. Compared to where Maru's at, not at all. We've got Zealots on that 3rd. Maru's just way ahead in this game. Way ahead. It was a good push. I like the SCV boy pool, guys. I really did enjoy that. Archon Stalker Immortal coming back. High Templar getting EMP'd. Oh, good storm. Archon does fall. So that's up north as well. Oh, Bio's got to pull away. Alright, the Zealots get cleaned up north. High Templar have all had their energy removed. This just seems like a methodical, systematical cleanup. I think what I'm really looking for is if MAXPAX can surprise him at all. Get him with a flanking High Templar, catch him with a Storm Surround. I don't think MAXPAX has the wherewithal or the resources to pull that off. I mean, this would be epic. Like, he's spreading his High Templar out. That's nice, but 1 storm gets EMP'd. He's got no storms left. He did. He did! He could energy recharge one of these High Templars for a storm. He's saving it. These High Templar very exposed, and the EMPs are just too good, man. Storm doesn't get much damage at all. Another bio army arrives from the north. Half of this army was a problem. The whole army is an impossibility. And that there, I think the only thing MAXPAX can say at this point is typing in the chat, syntax error. GG, well played. Alright guys, bottom left side we've got MARU up against MAXPAX. Fighting back there and getting a very necessary victory. It's one of those things where MARU looked to bully MAXPAX at the start of this series. It backfired, and now he has to play a very clean series. Or MAXPAX will run away with things. MAXPAX, of course, a force to be reckoned with. Goes for the gateway. Cornering the probes, and we are going to be seeing a standard barracks gas. MARU goes for that very tight. Is he going to rally this SCV to build the second gas? And it looks like, yes, double gas again. Okay, I mean, the harassment did go really well, right? In that last game. It got out of control. I think MAXPAX will probably be a little bit tighter against it next time. Going sentry hallucination scouts and still getting kind of caught by the Banshees a little bit. Got to feel a bit uncomfortable for him. Probably feels like he shouldn't have been so surprised by that. Reaper does start up. Okay, Nexus after Cybercore. A bit more of an aggressive opening for MAXPAX. We'll get the early Adepts out. Potentially Stalkers. We've seen a lot of 3 Stalker openings recently, haven't we? So it's become very popular. Problem is, if you've gone Cybercore before Nexus, this gas is so late because you got to go for the earlier Pylon, which is popped down on the natural. Otherwise, you can't make an Adept as soon as this core's done. And actually, I think that Pylon... Is that Pylon late, guys? Cybercore's finished. Pylons... it's like half a second late. It's not a big deal. So he's going to chrono an Adept out. Yeah, and I think that makes sense. If you go Stalker, you never have 100 gas for the Twilight. It doesn't really work off this opening. I feel like if you go Nexus before core, then you can go for the triple Stalker. SCV goes up north. Is this just a delayed scout? This looks like proxy starport for Hellion drop. Ooh, hello. Old school. The meme used to be, if you're playing a best of 5 against Clem, he will always do this build one game. Will always go for a proxy Hellion drop at least one game. Who else is watching the Artemis touchdown soon? It just finished, Agalix. We haven't seen the recovery yet, but I just watched the touchdown. That was pretty cool. Yeah, awesome to see some space stuff happening, man. It's really exciting. I love it. Good to see people getting some more excitement for some innovation, some space exploration. Get out there, dig up some moon rocks. Oh, this is good for MAXPAX though. Does pick off the SCV. It's a good start for Maxi. It's 2 Reaper Hellion. Medevac was supply blocked for a moment there. Luckily he did have the depot kick in. Does MAXPAX realize though? Because this kind of just feels like a 3 Reaper 2 Hellion. In fact, there's going to be a medevac to ferry these units into the main. So it's not actually Reactor Hellion. It's just 3 Reaper 2 Hellion, but he can drop in the main, avoid the battery, and no second battery. If this was Classic, this build might not work, because Classic sees double gas. He almost always builds 2 batteries. MAXPAX does not. Then again, MAXPAX getting so much damage. He denies it again. Oh, Maru's got to be so annoyed at this. He's like, get out of my base, man. But it's time for revenge. Boost into the main, 2 Hellions, 3 Reapers, and those probes need to get out of there, man. They try to quickly turn a few of them around because 5 or 6 will easily fall here. Question is, does he lose any more here? Wow, good. Oh, doesn't quite pick up that Reaper in time, but getting some good damage. He's going to pick off that Adept as well. Can he pick off a few more probes? I think he can just focus them and then leave. Very well done. Boost is, of course, not ready. And oh, misclick, misclick, misclick. No! No! Oh, my Lord, Maru, we should have been able to get this out. Instead, he's just going to try to get 1 or 2 more probes, and we'll see if he can do it. The Hellion is going to go down pretty shortly here, and does fall. 12 probes. 2 SCVs have gone down, of course. 4 SCVs in total. So the Adept went back in, picked off even more units on the other side of the map. Viking comes in behind it, which he could try to just land in the corner and focus probes. But I think MAXPAX is well prepared, and the Stalkers are kind of hidden here, so Maru going to take a few shots for free, and that Viking will have to return home. Oh, Viking tries to double back. Stalkers almost catch it. Extra tanks on the way. Second barracks. No starport here. Whoa! He lands the starport and keeps building medevacs. Oh, my man Maru is not interested in playing macro games against MAXPAX today, guys. He's just going to build medevacs one at a time. He's going to move out with this next tank. When that tank pops, he goes. He's going to pull the boys. All the SCVs on the natural will come with 3 tanks, a pack of Marines. He's going to have 1 medevac because he did lose the other one. And he's going to just rally a Libin in as well with it. This is completely all in. He's moving out. MAXPAX blinking in is a real problem. That tank's going to be exposed. Maru not reacting here. He's going to lose the tank for free. His tank sieged in the wrong position. This ruins Maru's build order. He's meant to be pushing right now across the map. And instead, MAXPAX is pinning him at home. MAXPAX needs to leave. He needs to leave. He needs to leave right now. He's in tank range. But actually, the tanks did not siege close enough. Only get 1 shot off. And he gets all the add-ons. Oh, no add-ons and a massive delay on the push. All the Stalkers get out. This is an absolute unmitigated disaster. Maru is in trouble. Anyone else would be dead here. But MAXPAX, is he respecting the push? I'd say no. Where's Charge? He should have made Charge by now, but he's kind of chilling. He's making mass Stalkers. Stalkers are good, but Charge is what's eventually probably going to deal with the push. And he doesn't have time to get splash damage once Stalker goes down there. He's wasted a ton of mining time. Stalkers, I think all of them on the front might have been better here rather than going for the drop, because he could have picked off so many Marines moving across this map with 9 Stalkers. Going for the counter does ruin Maru's reinforce, but look at that. The Liberator comes in and distracts, gets 4 probe kills. Very nicely done there. MAXPAX trying to buy time, but Maru's keeping up the pressure. Maru is the only person who wins games like this. He should be screwed in this situation, and yet he's finding some good value. The Warp Prism lost all the Stalkers on the other side of the map. That Liberator will hide in the corner. Stalkers. Oh no, he didn't lose them. He recalled them. He recalled at least some of the Stalkers have gone home here into that natural. The Immortals, the Stalkers, the Zealot trying to hold on, but Maru very patient on his siege up. The problem is he's already lost 2 of his tanks before the fight even starts. Another tank does go down, and I think this should be a hold. The Marine count kind of fearsome. The Warp Prism with some good micro, but Stalkers should be able to out-micro. It's just that Viking is a real issue, and he doesn't have many units. The Immortal needs to focus the Viking. He's not going to get it. The Warp Prism's in trouble. Maru has got very little economy behind this. These Stalkers need to buy time, and yet another tank is going to arrive. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. No one wins these scenarios. You are so screwed. And yeah, I mean, he did kill 12 probes with the opening. Don't get me wrong. He was ahead off of that. Yes, the Stalker counter pressure was good, but it's been a scrappy game. Probes have to pull. If the tank targets the probes, that'd be massive. He focuses the Stalkers instead. The tank goes down. The Viking goes down. The probes do some decent damage, but look at the way Maru focuses down the Stalkers of MAXPAX. To be fair, not that many probes died. And MAXPAX with the Prism says, you can't take out my boys. The Viking did so much in this battle, but it finally will fall to the Zealot. The Prism takes all those damaged Stalkers to safety. Maru looks for one more probe. Doesn't quite get it. And it's been held. Now, Maru's probably just going to go for round 2, right, guys? He's still just building air units one at a time. He's got a single Marine checking for a third. And I think we're going to see a boy pull in about 9 minutes. And he's just going to go again, right? He's building a third barracks. No add-ons on the barracks. Yeah, he's building tanks and Vikings. His Marine is going to see this. This is so crazy. I think MAXPAX should be in a very good position now, but he's still only on 2 bases, 3 gas, making Stalkers, and Stalkers are very positioning dependent in terms of how they trade. There's also a Viking about to go land in the main. He's just warped in on the front, which means he doesn't have warp-ins available, but oh my god, he's left his main open again. He only had 1 tank. It's losing that tank early to the first blink was so clutch in this game. Landed Viking, the only saving grace here for Maru. Oh, the Prism goes way too far forward. That tank actually pops out and survives. The Prism and the Stalkers do get out. Viking's going to kill 4 or 5 workers. How many is he going to get? 6, 7. Almost gets an 8. 7 probes for a Viking. Great trade there. The problem is, if these Stalkers are picking off all of his tanks, his follow-up push is no good. He loses a tank and a Viking. Not to mention the 4 SCVs that have gone down in the last minute. This is now looking desperate for the Terran player. He can't even build tanks right now. He's got 1 tank, a few Marines, and I think he's seconds away from GGing. MAXPAX with an impressive hold after taking quite a lot of damage to that Reaper Alien proxy starport at the start. I don't think 12 probes is crazy damage, though. Considering how much Maru committed to that 1 base opening and proxying his starport, 12 probes was a good start. You got to remember, he lost 4 SCVs in the early game, and I think it still could have been winnable, even after losing the 4 SCVs, but the moment those Stalkers blinked up this ledge, caught one of those first tanks, I think it was the 3rd tank that built, that just really wrecked him. And then getting 1 tank here really early in the push, great play for MAXPAX. All right, guys, we've got Maru for onside in the bottom right side of the map, MAXPAX in the top left side, and we've got a probe coming forward. Oh my. 1 pylon at home, 1 pylon forward. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. MAXPAX is doing the infamous, the incredible, the one and only MAXPAX build. 17 gate on the other side of the map. This is Missing You Today, guys. A fantastic map. Who made this map? You guys let me know. I think Timmy, right? Timmy, I believe, made this map. Quite a nice one. Interesting and unique tile set. So we should be seeing a gas. Wait, no gas? Why has he not got a gas? Does he go Nexus? Oh, yeah, you go Nexus before. I always forget you go Nexus before gas with this build, don't you? Because you go 2 Zealots before Stalker and you delay your warp gate, don't you? Probe's going to pull back now. All right, this looks like a 1-rax expand. Bit of a change up, but of course, Maru hasn't scouted. He's gone Reaper opening. Defending this without an SCV scout and a Reaper expand. How do I describe this, guys? Have you guys ever tried to do a cartwheel when you're over 40 years old? Or like, like, you know, like maybe you could do like a backflip as a teenager or something. Something like relatively athletic, and then you've kind of gotten like to middle age or older, but like you forgot that you're old now and you try to do the thing. Defending this. Oh, but wait, he'll scout it with the Reaper. That gives him time. Okay, this gives him time. At least he can react. If he went across the map, this would have been a disaster. But he sees the gateway. Not the best hiding place, to be fair. Command center cancels. Immediate bunker on the high ground. This is the correct response. But he needs to rebuild the command center very quickly or he will fall behind. He goes factory before CC. He's got to build that command center. If he doesn't, he's in trouble. Because look, the Nexus is already finishing. This is an economic pressure. Remember, there's no gateway at home. Only a cybercore. He's got a second gas. What? Maru! Maru was already planning to go for a 1-Rax expand into a hidden corner base. So now instead of, he cancels the command center, and he says, well, I might as well hide it in the corner then. Oh my lord, he's going factory to second barracks. Oh, this is going to be so hard for MAXPAX to figure out. Because number one, you don't have scouting after this. You don't have a sentry, you can't afford it. You got to go for the Twilight, get blink out, all that sort of stuff. You can't get inside the base. But this is so tricksy. Oh my lord. Oh, he's gonna have to recall the Stalker. Already loses one probe though before then. Hey Pig, I watch an Australian who plays Daisy. He gets unreasonably bad when I call him champ when he dies. Oh, don't you dare. That's uncalled for, bro. Dude, if you come in and start calling me champ after I lose frustrating StarCraft games, dude, you're gonna get timed out real quick. Champ is like one of the most insulting words in the Australian lexicon. Like, hey champ, how you doing, buddy? It's like, it literally, you could just say that in a chat. The Australian imagines you like tickling them under the chin. You're like, he's a good boy, he's a good little champ. Yeah, you doing champ? It's much worse than calling someone the word that rhymes with runt to an Australian. That's, ooh. That's like kind of a passive way of asserting that you're like, basically you're saying I'm the adult, I'm the man here, and you are the small child. It's yeah, very disrespectful. To be fair, I don't think people would actually. I think people would just be a bit like, "What the hell? Why are you talking to me like this?" But yeah, that's pretty funny, man. Zealot Stalker warping in. He wants to keep this gateway alive, so MAXPAX wants to delay Maru taking the natural, and he's doing a really good job of that. But he's seeing how delayed this command center is. He's got to go like, dude, that is an oddly late command center. He's like, I'm so far ahead. Dude, Maru's bad. He took like a minute to rebuild his command center, maybe a minute and a half. What an idiot. The tank siege is in a dangerous spot, but not enough ranged firepower to take care of it. And Cyclones in the tank take out his Zealot. Does get an SCV though. I'm probably happy to trade a Zealot for an SCV usually at this stage. It is going to be 3 gates and a Robo. 4 gate, of course, is proxied on this side of the map, but will go down eventually. I think the real big problem we have right now... The real problem is MAXPAX not taking a third because he thinks Maru's on 1 base. How long can Maru keep this up? He's going to drop all of his mules on the gold. Mules don't actually mine any faster on the gold than a regular SCV, for those who don't know. Ooh. Doesn't quite get it. The Cyclone survives. Tank does friendly fire an SCV down there. The SCVs are going to get the Cyclone spread up. He's like, ah, 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 ah. They're like, hold still. It's not, doesn't hurt that much, bro. Hold still. One SCV is repairing the Cyclone. Third Nexus finally goes down for MAXPAX. He's going to expand in a straight line down south. Got good control here with Blink over the game. But these corner bases are something Maru's gone back to. People have been asking me for years, why don't people play more corner bases? And I've always said, well, there's reasons why you don't see them a lot. But we saw them so rarely for so many years, and I would always say they're definitely underused. They should be used 1 in every 10 or 15 games, and we would see them like 1 in 100, 1 in 150 pro games for a while. So it still shouldn't be used a lot, but it was definitely underused for a long time. I love that Maru and Biana bringing it back recently, and they've found some pretty good success with it. Like, they really trick people, but dude, this harassment's amazing. Gets the extra volley off before the tank can fire again. And I mean, he's just like, this is game over. In MAXPAX's mind, Maru is so dead, guys. This whole series is over. Look how paranoid Maru is. Can't even kill it. He recalls. It's just you're dead. Like, you're on 2 base. You don't even have stim started. Or he's just got stim finished, sorry. But no shields, no medevacs building. And MAXPAX is like, cool, I can probe my third, go Colossus. I'm going to be 3 base versus 2 base. But that is a real problem in the corner. There's so much minerals coming in for MARU. It doesn't necessarily mean MARU wins, but it really means that MAXPAX has a much higher chance of taking a fight that he shouldn't and kind of going, why do you have so many more Marines than I expect? Or why do you have so much more of this or that? The 4th and 5th barracks are already almost finished. This is a very scary situation because you've messed up your opponent's build with your opening, which the corner base, this is the perfect game to hide a base. When the early game's messed up, people don't know when you should have an expansion. They're like, oh, you messed up your follow-up. Your command center is really late to get to the natural. And that's kind of standard when you catch someone off with a pressure build like this and make them cancel the command center. First Colossus halfway done. Zealot drop ready on the left side. He can actually power that gateway if he wants to, since the gateway itself didn't die. Stim's done. Concussive is done. Shields is almost there. 4th and 5th barracks building reactors and tech labs. Zealot drop will come in. A bit of a slow response here for MARU. Does lose 3 SCVs already. Zealot's going to go in the main as well. Just shift click a few of these SCVs. One of them hides in the gas. Barely does survive. He's just going to take out one more SCV only. Oh, he finally is going to get rid of the Prism. Okay, Prism does go down. Good scan Cyclone combo there for MARU. MARU's going to go... Oh, he's got a bad little semi-depot. It's not quite a wall-off. It just chokes his units and makes them move out really hard. A few Marines will get picked off. I think mostly damaged. Just one Marine actually died. MARU doesn't care too much. More Zealot's going to come in from the left. He will repower the gateway. I love that move. MARU's coming out. Here, big push. Colossus is here, though. It's a lot of bio. Feels like a 2-base all-in. Oh, MAXPAX has got to be careful. He took a big tank shot on not just the Colossus, but all the units it was standing on top of, taking maximum splash damage. Because the Colossus can stand on other units, splash damage does extra when it hits a Colossus to what it would get on any other unit. Just in terms of the number of units it hits with the splash. Oh, the tank positioning! MAXPAX! He lets him get the tank spot. Oh, no! That is a disaster. Those tanks are ripping him apart. You're tearing me apart! Not Lisa, but MARU. Oh my lord, the tanks are getting jumped on though. Can they survive? Oh, the tanks aren't dying. They're taking damage, but they're not dying. One of the Colossus falls, the other one barely gets out of trouble. But his Zealots are attacking down a ramp. Yes, he gets the tanks, but what's MAXPAX got left? Next to nothing. And I gotta say, I hope he rewinds this replay and finds out about that corner base. Because he's gonna be like, damn, how'd you have so much, man? How? Like, this is... And you know he's scratching his head. This is the sort of game that's confounding. You're like, is Terran unfair? Is MARU hacking? Like, you can't quite fathom how this push was this strong. And he just doesn't have the info to realize why. So it's going to, of course, almost always players will rewind a game like this. Oh, you're kidding me. You expanded to the gold in the corner. Good map knowledge as well for MARU. Love to see it. Oh, the Marauders get one of the Colossi, but they eat a lot of Zealot damage. He's dropping Widow Mines on top. He targets 3 Widow Mines on the Colossus. MARU. I'm giving MARU a yellow card for that, guys. That is an illegal maneuver. We're going to rewatch that. What the heck? He boosts in, borrows 3 Widow Mines on top of it, and then targets it manually. If you don't manually target, they'll all target different units. MARU finishes that game in style and keeps himself alive in this series. Oh my god, what a fun series this is, guys. MARU in the bottom right. I think what I love about watching MARU, it's the mixture of, yeah, he can win late game, but he's got such good cheesy openings, such interesting build orders. And he's going to go for an early proxy barracks, it looks like, with an SCV straight across the map. I would say with this early in the path, is he going behind the natural? Is he going to hide a barracks here? Or... Okay, it looks like, no, he's going to go over here and hope MAXPAX doesn't wall the ledge. I don't really like this proxy location, personally. But we'll see what he's got planned with it. It's just a single. Oh, old school single Reaper proxy, it looks like, guys. Hello, very old school. Can't wait to see how this goes. Now, MAXPAX always scouts after gateway. He almost, like, he very rarely does a no scout build. You know I say, like, you should vary up your build orders a lot, really, like, play the odds, play the gamble. MAXPAX is a guy who's like 1 in 23 games, I will not probe scout after gateway and go gas first and do a greedy build. And you're like, okay, that's cool. Like, I personally would play the odds a bit more than that. I feel like people are kind of, you know, never going to punish you because they know you're going to scout. Even if you scout 4 out of 5 games, the 5th game you could probably skip the scout and be greedy. And Hero would do that. Hero will every 2nd game skip the scout. He'll take the biggest gamble he can. MAXPAX, of course, is like, no. I want to be 100% sure that it works when I very occasionally do it. We were just talking about how back in the day, I think it was Ryung against late game Zerg, his solution was he'd pick up like 3 or 4 medevacs filled with Widow Mines and he'd just boost over the enemy Broodlords and try to like unload on their late game army while stimming bio and stuff at them. So hopefully the units are distracted. And it would either be glorious, like Maru's little cute move at the end there, where it's like the whole army blows up, there's fireworks, the Zerg's panicking, like, they're like not really spreading effectively or focus firing the medevacs or the mines down. They lose everything. Or all the medevacs just get caught by a fungal, like it blowed up instantly. Nothing gets, like 1 Widow Mine fires and kills 6 Zerglings. And you're like, yeah, that was dumb. Ooh, the Zealot's gonna find the Marine. Why were you out there, buddy? Oh, no, he's gonna see it. Did we build a tech lab? Yeah, you gotta build a tech lab. Now, the Zealot can kill the tech lab. It's only got 400 hit points, so I think you can kill it. And the Marine should go back to try to defend it. And you bring the SCV back to repair it as well, yeah? He's gonna build a starport up here, though. Okay, Marine's gotta get... He's gonna lose that tech lab. He should have probably just built a Hellion or a mine, eh? Guys, is this game over? Is MAXPAX just gonna win this series? He does get to start a Cyclone. As long as you start the Cyclone, losing the tech lab will allow it to get it. It cancels the Marines. Good move. Maru, mature decision making. A lot of players would have popped the Marines out, let them die. Oh my god, the starport goes down. You're kidding me. Dude, Maru getting mauled. Oh, this is so bad. The Nexus is up. 3 gates coming. And Maru is officially in D-Town. This Cyclone needs to kill the Stalker. If he kills the Stalker, maybe. But MAXPAX just pulls back and waits. And if he can wait, Chrono the Warp Gate, get a warp in of Stalkers, shut down this proxy, it's like game over. He can't even leave. He can't even get out of here, guys. He has no starport, he can't lift. So you just keep him trapped here, keep rallying to this fog. Oh, the lifted factory is actually going to help. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. Wants to keep building out of the reactor barracks because that's already on the reactor, can keep pumping, doesn't have to build an add-on or anything. Zealot gets pushed back. Good retreat there for MAXPAX. So that does at least allow Maru to potentially escape. And the command center starts at 3 minutes and 36 seconds. Now that's what I call a quick expand, guys. Oh, this is so rough for Maru, man. Knowing Maru, he'll somehow nail it in the late game, but honestly, oh, this might just be his counterattack. He hasn't gone home yet. He's trying to like protect the buildings and get a few more Marines out of here. But now there's Stalkers behind you. And if those Stalkers could pick off this Cyclone, it is your most important unit. He's got a Cloak Bench in the way. He can't lose the Cyclone, can't lose the Cyclone, can't lose the Cyclone, can't lose the Cyclone. Has to get up the ramp, has to get up the ramp. The Probe's going to try and block him. The Probe's like, oi, oi, oi. Does manage to slow him down a little. The depot will raise, but these Marines, they're trapped on the outside with nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. MAXPAX finds the proxy. Maru, 3rd time he's gambled on a massively committed proxy in this series. And I mean, 3 for 3. MAXPAX is just so good against Maru's cheeses. You know, it's one of these things. I've always said MAXPAX has one of the most respect for really good European macro Protosses. He always cheeses Showtime and hits him with nasty timing attacks, gets him with beautiful SCV pulls. He never plays a straight up macro game against Showtime, and he tries not to against MAXPAX. And yet MAXPAX is just so good at defending the cheeses off the fly with that Gate Scout. This Stalker's doing so much damage here, man. And MAXPAX is miles ahead. Robo Twilight's on the way. He's still probing behind this. Your command set is just finished. You're desperately trying to hang on. You just got so little damage. The Adept Shade gives vision, which means the wall-off is going to go down. Or is it? He does shade to the top, which means the Adept will fall. But 5 SCVs have gone down. The Depot's taking massive damage. There's still a reactor on the other side. 3 gateways here. Still warping in units. Blinker's on the way. He's going to run forward. Cloak has been completed. Pretty good damage, I guess, with the Banshees, but he can't really move out with them, can he? The Stalkers are like, hey, we're going to force your Banshees to stay at home. Blinker's not ready. So one of them does go down, but the Banshees have now had to use Cloak just to defend themselves. And that, of course, you'd much prefer revealing those in a mineral line and killing 20 probes. It's just not going to be the case. He's spotting where the Banshees are. And he's like, oh, you're going to go across the map now? Okay, I'll go back and kill you. Your Banshees are on the wrong side of the map. Now I go kill you. The tank's well positioned. I don't think the Stalkers can get across there without Blink, so he actually can't push in. Observer's going to track him. Stalker warp in, plus Observer is at home. Should be fine. Now, 2 Banshees beat 2 Stalkers, but he's got, already damage on them. And with the Observer, that's lights out. 1 Banshee will fall very quickly here with the Observer. Finally goes down. Battery heals the rest. Other Banshee does escape. You're trapped on 1 base, and this is nasty for Maru. MAXPAX, a terrifying player to play against in a normal game, says chat. I totally agree. I think there's a reason. Because the thing is, the European Protoss players, the defensive guys, Showtimes, the MAXPAXs, they have optimized greedy play to such a level that, you know, just basic strategy says, well, go cheese him, take him out, get him with a timer, get him with a proxy, catch him out. But it's so much harder to pull off in actuality. One tank and a Cyclone go down. He's going to blink forward. The Banshee, the tank, the handful of Marines, not enough to handle these Stalkers, and they will back away. 3 more Stalkers warping in on the front. MAXPAX knows any trade's a good trade. He's got a third coming up. He's got an Observer and a few Stalkers going to kill that Banshee in the midst of all this as well. His multitasking, as always, is so fantastic. And that is the only presence on the Protoss side of the map. 16 worker advantage. Terran trapped on 1 base. He's got a third command in a building. MARU dreams of making this a 20-minute game, somehow coming back. This is tough. I thought MARU is one of the best macro players. He is, but you cannot just go to a macro game in PvT. There is a whole pet stage where you have to keep them scared in the early and mid game and try not to fall too far behind, or they can swarm you. Protoss has a more explosive economy than Terran. It's very hard to just go directly. You can sometimes do it on some maps. Occasionally, MARU will do it, but most, even the best late game players like Clem, I would argue, actually has potentially better late game TVP micro than MARU sometimes now, even though MARU has like that crazy comeback ability that is unmatched. You can't just go there. You've got to threaten. You've got to keep the Protoss on their toes. And that whole period, getting through without doing something super all-in, MARU feels like he's going to hit the end of the mid-game, going towards that late game. We think, well, MARU has the skill advantage. He's going to be down 20 workers, down 2 bases. MAXPAX is going to have 16 gate, Zealot Stalker Colossus swarming in, Prisms in the main. And that's why sometimes it's frustrating. Oh, please just turtle, play super safe and force the late game because we know you're so good there. But I think guys like MAXPAX are so good at, if you don't threaten them, their probe count, their expansion rate gets out of control. And that's why MARU did try to lean into quite a few of these proxies. GG, well played though, guys. MAXPAX wins the series, that was the upper finals. He goes to the grand finals now to play whoever makes it through the lower bracket. MARU will have another shot in the losers bracket to potentially get the remax with MAXPAX. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoy epic matches like that and you do feel like going the extra mile to support me, please consider checking out my Patreon. There's a bunch of cool perks you can check out there, and you can join this lovely list of amazing people that allow me to keep doing what I do. Thank you so much, guys. There's a link in the description as well, somewhere next to my face if you want to check that out. And of course, while you're clicking on that, let's say a massive thanks to Peden, Dragosar, OkoH, our conductors of the D-Town Express, not to mention our brand new Leviathan. Thank you very much, Neverless. We appreciate you, mate. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night.